So today I want to review the brand new keyboard covers for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus, and those will technically work with the Tab S9 Plus and with even the Tab S9 FE Plus. You might wonder if they are worth buying, and if they aren't, I'm also going to cover the keyboard cover for the Tab S10 Ultra and let you know if anything has changed there as well. So with all that being said, let's get right into it and let's talk about these keyboard covers. So I want to get straight down to it and let you know what has changed with this year's keyboard cover versus the keyboard cover for the Tab S9 Plus. And really the only major difference is going to be a Galaxy AI key, and I guess there is one other color option. So now we have a black color option and also white, but we also do have a Galaxy AI key which is now on these keyboard covers. And what's really interesting about that AI key, it does actually allow you to use Gemini if you do prefer to use that assistant with your tablet. So it is really nice that you get that option. But other than that, we're not really seeing a major difference this year between the keyboard cover now and the keyboard cover from the Tab S9 Plus. So the good news about that is that this keyboard cover is compatible, of course. So if you buy it, it will work with the Tab S9 Plus. It will work even with the Tab S9 FE Plus. So you do get that option of using this keyboard cover with any of those devices because they do have a similar design, and even though they are a little bit of different sizes as far as the depth or as far as how thick they are, either way, because the backs are actually the similar dimensions, you are going to be able to use the keyboard cover just fine with all three of those tablets. Now there are two different keyboard covers for the Tab S10 Plus, and both of those keyboard covers, whether it's the regular book cover keyboard or the slim keyboard, the advice I just told you, it actually applies to both keyboards. So if you want to use the slim keyboard for the Tab S10 Plus with the Tab S9 Plus, you will be able to do that no problem. Now the previous tablets, like the Tab S8 Plus, the cameras were actually a little bit different as far as the sizing of the cameras on the back, so these keyboard covers will not work with the Tab S8 Plus, unfortunately. Now if you're wondering about the Tab S10 Ultra book cover keyboard, good news, it's the same type of theme here. So the book cover keyboard for the Tab S10 Ultra, it will work with the Tab S9 Ultra, but we're only seeing one big difference. Once again, with that keyboard cover, we are seeing that Galaxy AI key, and we are seeing there's a white keyboard option and a black one, but other than that, you're gonna have the same keyboard cover, whether it's the slim keyboard cover or the regular book cover keyboard, they are going to be exactly the same as the previous year. Now you might still be wondering how good those keyboard covers are. Maybe you're a little bit new to these keyboard covers and you didn't really hear about them from last year. I will say there are some pros and cons to them. For one, they are a little bit expensive. Of course, the Tab S10 Ultra book cover keyboard, that is $350 for the retail price, and that is absolutely insane. And we do have the keyboard cover that is the slim keyboard cover, and that's a little bit cheaper. Now the regular book cover keyboard for the Tab S10 Plus, it costs $229. There is one big reason why it's a little bit cheaper than the keyboard cover for the Tab S10 Ultra. It's mainly going to be the fact that it's not backlit, and the touchpad actually isn't made of quite as premium of materials. Now you're going to pay about $160 if you get the slim keyboard cover, so it will save you a little bit of money. And that's going to be the same theme if you look at the Tab S10 Ultra, because the slim keyboard cover is only $200 instead of the $350 that you would pay for that book cover keyboard. Now what are the differences between the book cover keyboard and the slim keyboard covers? Well, the book cover keyboard, it comes in two different pieces. You have this magnetic piece that actually attaches to the back of your tablet. The kickstand has all types of different positions, so it's really, really nice. And it's really nice if you want to use the tablet without the keyboard attached at all, because then you could use the kickstand in all of these different positions, and it's just really nice whenever you're wanting to watch media or entertainment. If you want to really put up a movie, you could really adjust the angle to your liking, and even if you put the tablet on your lap, it's nice that you're gonna have a kickstand there to hold the tablet up without always having to have that keyboard attached. It does give you a lot of versatility, and that versatility is very much a key to this book cover keyboard. It does give you more versatility than Apple's Magic Keyboard, and it gives you more versatility than the slim keyboard cover, and for some people it's going to be worth that extra money. Now there is one other difference we have to talk about, and that is the fact that the book cover keyboard, it does come with a touchpad. So not only do you get the nice keyboard that you could attach whenever you want, but you also get a touchpad that will allow you not to have to bring a mouse with you every single time you're pulling out a keyboard. So that is really, really nice, and some people do prefer it. I will say that the gestures, for some reason, they don't always work perfectly for me. It's the same thing whether I have the Ultra or the Plus model. Every once in a while, the gestures just don't read properly, but despite that, it is still a good option. The book cover keyboards for both the Ultra and the Plus models, they are very, very good. I think the Plus model does give you a lot better of a value because I don't think you get that much better of a keyboard with the Ultra. Yes, it is backlit, but it's still not that much better, like $120 better. I still enjoy the keyboard cover for the Tab S10 Plus, and for the Ultra, it's going to be very, very good. However, both keyboard covers, they're just not worth that type of money, but it might be worth it to you if you see it on sale, maybe you find it used, or maybe you just spent so much on your tablet to begin with that you do want to get a nice keyboard cover. They are nice, they're not perfect, and some people would prefer the Apple Magic Keyboard route. They might prefer their tablet to be lifted up a little bit. If you're looking for that, Dexnor actually did make a keyboard cover that will work with this tablet, and it will work really good for the Tab S10 Plus, of course. The Ultra model is not the same. They don't have a Magic Keyboard version of that, but Dexnor did make a decent version of a keyboard cover. It's not perfect, the touchpad isn't great, but at a much lower price. So I really like these keyboard covers, but we do have to talk about some other things with them, like the colors. So these keyboard covers do tend to get fingerprints on them, and that does go for the Ultra model as well. Now you can wipe those off, of course, and clean your keyboard cover, but I will say the white color of the keyboard cover, it does seem to do a better job with actually removing fingerprints, or actually not seeing them. It's a little bit harder to see a fingerprint, of course, if you're looking at a white keyboard compared to a black one where you're going to have those fingerprints a little more visible. On the other hand, I did notice that the keyboard cover that is white, that version of it, it is going to have a little bit more dirt that can get on it. So if you leave it on a table, let's say you were eating brownies the day before, I don't know, you might see a little bit of a black smudge on your keyboard cover, and you're going to have to clean that off a little more often. So dirt and smudges and things like that, they can be cleaned off, and they are going to clean off a little bit easier than fingerprints, but you are going to notice a little bit more smudges on your white keyboard case versus the black one. But the black keyboard case, on the other hand, it will show more fingerprints but less smudges. So it really depends on what you prefer, whether it's fingerprints or just little smudges of dirt that you could wipe off. I will say I ended up going with the white version, and I do enjoy it. I just have to wipe off the outside of the case every now and again. So what about the functionality, and what about the typing experience? Well, on the book cover keyboards and the slim keyboard covers, I would say it's about the same. You're going to get a good typing experience with decent travel, but remember, it's decent travel when you're looking at it being a book cover keyboard, of course. This is trying to give you a slim profile, so the travel you're getting, it's not going to be great whenever you're comparing it with an actual bigger keyboard. It's decent for a travel companion keyboard like this, but you're not going to have an amazing experience with terrific travel. That's just not what you're going to see, of course. This is going to give you a thinner keyboard, a lighter keyboard to bring with you on the go, and that's going to be really, really nice. Now the slim keyboard cover, it is a little bit lighter, so if you are looking to bring it with you on the go and you want it to be even lighter, well, that is going to help you because you don't have to deal with a little bit extra. The book cover keyboard, it has a little bit more materials in it, and you're not going to have to worry about that with the slim keyboard cover. But there are some differences we have to talk about between the slim and the regular keyboard covers? Because the slim keyboard cover, the object of it, it's really trying to bring that keyboard cover closer to your face. Because they realize if you don't have a touchpad, you're probably going to want to use the touch screen. So they have one angle. Again, there's no kickstand or anything like that with the slim keyboard cover. You just get one typing angle, but they do bring it a little bit closer, so whenever you are typing, you could easily use the touch screen. But there's no touchpad, and that might be something that some people get a little bit disappointed by. But on the other hand, the slim keyboard cover, it is a lot more sturdy on your lap. So if you are using this out and about, you want to use it on your lap, it's going to be a lot better than having to balance the kickstand with the keyboard, and you're going to have to do a little bit of a balancing act to work on your tablet whenever you are using the regular book cover keyboard. So the slim keyboard, it is a little bit more sturdy whenever you decide to use it on your lap, and yeah, that is one factor you have to consider. So overall, what are my impressions? Well, in my use case of all of these keyboard covers, I would say they are good, but they are a little bit overpriced. And again, it depends on you as a consumer as far as what you want. If you really care about a keyboard cover being sturdy and you want to use it on your lap all the time, the slim keyboard cover is a good option if you don't need a touchpad. But you do have to remember that you only get one typing angle. You don't get the flexibility of being able to take off the keyboard. And for some people, if you're going to have a keyboard always attached, you might as well just buy a laptop anyway. On the other hand, some of you might just take your tablet out of the slim keyboard cover, but then you'll have absolutely no protection. You'll have nothing keeping your S Pen in place or anything like that. You'll just be using your tablet out and about, and maybe that's okay. Maybe you only use your tablet like that on the couch, and maybe you don't mind that. If that's you, the slim keyboard cover is a good option to give you that flexibility, but you just have to deal with either having a laptop or no protection, or you're going to have to constantly be transferring cases. But it's still a good option for those people who want a thinner and lighter case that works good on your lap, and if you like the angle that it has, it is going to be a good option. Just a little overpriced, but still worth it if you spend a lot of money on your tablet. Now, what about the book cover keyboard? Well, the keyboard cover for the Tab S10 Ultra, I just can't imagine spending $350 on a keyboard case. I'm just gonna be honest, that just seems like way too much. I was able to swallow around $229, and that was acceptable to me. But even then, you might be able to find a good deal on the used market for the Plus models and everything. But I'm willing to spend $230 for the Plus model of the book cover keyboard. But $350, it just seems like a lot for the Ultra model. Now you could use last year's model from the Tab S9 Ultra, and you could use it on the Tab S10 Ultra, and it's gonna work. The same thing for the model for the Tab S9 Plus. You could use that keyboard cover for the Tab S10 Plus. If it is actually a little bit cheaper on the used market, maybe you find the model without the AI key, well, it might be worth getting one of those if you find a good deal. But I will say, once again, it's not worth $350 probably. Maybe it's only worth $200 or so, something like that. But if you really like what you're hearing as far as the book cover keyboard, if you want a thinner and lighter keyboard, now it's still a little bit bulky whenever you factor in the Ultra model. It has a huge tablet, so of course the whole package is going to be a little bit heavier. But if you are someone that does want a book cover keyboard, you want a thinner thing that you could always bring with you and bring the tablet on the go with you without having to bring a backpack and everything, well, yeah, you might just want to spend the money. If you're spending over $1,000 on a tablet, you might as well just finish the job and get the keyboard cover you want and everything like that. But if you are someone out there, on the other hand, who really doesn't want to do that, you might look at other alternatives. You could always buy something like the Samsung outdoor cover. It does have a kickstand on that outdoor cover. It's very protective. And you could always buy a Bluetooth keyboard on the side. A good Bluetooth keyboard might cost you $70, $80, $90 if you buy a really nice one, but you'll still be way cheaper than you would be with the Tab S10 Ultra book cover keyboard. And now, you just have to bring a backpack with you. That's really the only major downfall. Maybe you bring a little bag to bring your keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse. You might want to bring that on the side. So it really depends on who you are with what you prefer, but hopefully all of this does help you to really decide for yourself as far as if it's worth it or if it's not. Please, if you like this video, give this video a like and give me a sub on my channel. That does mean a lot. I do have links in the description for all of these keyboard covers, and I have even links to some alternatives. So feel free to check out those links. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day, and I really, really hope you enjoy your week.